You gonna make the video bigger? All right, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Barakatah to the brothers, Shalom Shamar, Alathan by Shem Yahushua to the sisters, this is the ISUPK Atlanta Friday Lashawan Qadash class. I know we're running a little bit late. We're about to go ahead and get into it. All right. So today we're going to go over prepositions and suffixes, which is imperative that you know what I mean, when you're trying to read Hebrew or write it. You understand? Because when you look at a prefix, preposition, and you look at the suffix, you'll be able to understand how to say the word or what the word is talking about. You understand? So we're going to go into that today. Erase this off the board. All right, so first we're going to write down all the prefixes, or the prepositions. And we know prepositions is words that go in front of the word that you're trying to write out. You understand? It comes before it. All right. I'm just getting all the prefixes or the prepositions. All right. All right, so that will be all your prefixes. We're gonna write down the suffixes too. Write this down too.
You are the first participant on this meeting. Please hold while we wait for others to join.
Write down the suffixes. We got all right, so when you're reading the Hebrew and you're doing the Hebrew, right? Shalom, Yabasum Yahshua Brakatah to Trooper Heart Halakhamam. When you're reading the Hebrew, some of the key words that you're going to know how to say a word or what it's talking about or how to translate a word, rather, is the prepositions and then the suffixes, right? So for the prepositions, you got I. So you see I in front of a word. Now, it's not all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like some words actually is like I. So I'll give you an example. If you were to say alawat, that word means general. You understand? So it wouldn't be, this wouldn't take place in it. Normally you'll probably see a dot in between it or something like that. But depending on the word, if it's I in front of it, it means I or am. You know, ba in front of it means in, da, do, ha means the, ya means and. No, Slacky, this is why. This should be why. Wa is and, ka is he, la is to or for, ma is of or from, sha is pertain to, and if you see da, it's a future tense. So if you see a word with da in front of it, it's showing you something that will happen in the future. All right. Same with, so here's what the suffixes. If you see ya at the end of a word, it means ma. You know, you see ka at the end of a word, it means you or your. Wa at the end of the word, he or his, ha, she or her. Nawa is our. Kam at the end of the word is y'all in a masculine form. That's why it's there right there. Ma at the end of the word, or Khan, it should be Khan somebody. Khan at the end of the word means y'all in the feminine, right? And then you have na, which means there. And that would be your preposition and your suffixes, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go over some prayers, and we're going to use them as an example to know, understand like how it is translated, all right? So I'll give you a second to write that down, get all the prepositions and the suffixes. This is important to have because, like I said, this is how you'll be able to read or write in Hebrew once you know these words. And if you're reading the Hebrew, like when we do the Sabbath service class and you're reading the Hebrew, you'll be able to know how to pronounce the words as well. You understand? Like when you see the words, you'll know, because when you're reading the Tanakh or the Torah, which we read from in the Sabbath service class, it's not like ancient Hebrew. You got the ancient Hebrew, the connectors and the bridges helps you to be able to pronounce the words. It makes it really easy when you got the connectors and the bridges. But when you're reading the Syrian, when you're reading the Syrian Hebrew that's in the Tanakh, they don't have the bridges and the connectors. So you have to to read it, you have to kind of know the language and know, prepositions, suffixes, and how to pronounce the words. That'll be the way that you'll be able to read it and know that you're reading the word correctly. All right. Let me see this. Does it need to be closer? Is that good? I'm gonna move this up so you can see it a little closer to life. Is that good? Can we see that? So it need to be focused. Yeah, that's good. I can see it. That's too wide. So I'm gonna give you a second to go ahead and write that down. Let me move this video real quick too. Closer. Get that out the way. Give me 1 second to get that done. All right, now that we have that down, we're going to go over some prayers so we can use it in an example form so we'll know how to use it in an example, like when you read it and you'll see it. So we're going to erase this off the board. And like I said, it's always good to have that because that's basically like the basis of the Hebrew language. You understand? Like when you know that, it makes it a lot easier to be able to read and know what you're talking about. So let me we're gonna do a prayer. Let me see. We're gonna do the Bless Israel prayer. All right. So we'll start off with this prayer. Yahweh, it's not the whole thing, but Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak Lanawa, Wayasha'ala, Wahabayah, Saparium, Barak, Rapa'ah, Magun, Hagun. There's more to it, but I just didn't have enough on the board to do it. Matter of fact, I actually have it. Let me see. All right. So it's Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak, Lanawa, Wayasha'ala, Wahabayah, Saparium, Barak, Rapa'ah, Magun, Hagun, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Dawada Aman. So we're going to start off with Yahweh. So like we were saying earlier, depends on the word might be together, so you won't have to use the prefix. Like for instance, Yah is at the beginning, but this is the Lord's name. So that's the Lord right there, right? That's the Lord's name. Now, this is where you will use the prefixes, Bahashem. The root word is Shem, which is name. Shem means name. All right? So when you put Ba in front of it, we use the prefixes where Ba means in. So if you have wrote it down in your notes, you will see that Ba means in. All right? And then when you look at Ha, this is separate, right? It'll be like that. When you look at Ha means the. When you put the Ha in front of the word, it means the. So that's how you would use your prefixes. You have in the name, right? And Shem is the main word. So it'll be Bahashem, right? Yahweh Shai, which we know is Christ. So, I mean, in English, that would just translate to Jesus, you know what I'm saying? But it's Christ, right? Then you have Barak Lanawa. All right, so now this one you will have to break down. For instance, Barak, it wouldn't be the ba like in this one right here. So it wouldn't be in. This is in. Barak is a whole word itself. All right, and Barak means bless. So you wouldn't put like in, bless, or you know what I'm saying? The whole word as a word right here is Barak, which means bless. So you wouldn't use the prefix, right? But then on this one, this is where you have a prefix where you would use, all right? So you have Lanawa. When you see Lanawa, right? This means we got the Lord in the name of Christ bless us, right? So when you see Nawa at the end of it, just like we had the suffix, the Nawa at the end means R, like us or R. So the Nawa at the end means R, it's plural, all right? All right. Let me see. And then you have Why Yasha Allah. So when you translate it, okay, Shalaki. So now, like we said, now at the end of it means it's plural for R. But when you put now in front of it, it translates into bless us. But now we know what now at the end of a sentence is a suffix. And now at the end of a sentence means our. All right. But that would translate to bless us. All right. Now the next one we have is Why Yasha'ala. So this is the one where you would use the prefix again. You have Wa in the front of it, right? So we know Yasha'Allah means Israel. So if you were to say, why Yasha'Allah, what would that mean? So Yasha'Allah means Israel. So if you were to put the Y in front of it, that means and. That's like if you were to say Yahweh Y Yahweh Shai, that's the Most High and Christ, right? So when you put the Y in front of Yasha'Allah, Yasha'Allah is the main word, which means Israel. Then you put the Y in front of it, that's and Israel. All right. Same right here. This is where prefixes will come into play. All right. So you got Y, which means, like we said, Y means and. So you will see this is and. Then you have ha. Ha is a prefix as well. It's a preposition. It's prepping you for the word. That's what preposition means. All right. And ha means the. When you see ha in front of something, either ha by itself or ha in front of a word, it means the. And both of these, yes, both of these will be in front of bayah. That's why it wouldn't be like a suffix. It'll be together, but it's in front of bayah, which is school. All right. All right. And like I said, same thing with this. You see by in front of it, but this is a word, so it wouldn't be in. You know, it wouldn't be a preposition. So when you start to read and you start to write it and you know it, you'll know when it is a preposition or a suffix and when it is the word. You understand? Like we know why Yasha'Allah. So we know the word is Yasha'Allah. So when you put Y in front of it, that's when we know it's a preposition. You understand? That just comes from knowing the language and reading it. And that's the way it helps you be able to translate it when you're reading Assyrian for like a Sabbath service, or you just read it on your own. That'll help you be able to translate it. All right. So and then you have Saparium. All right. So Saparium for Yah Saparium is school. Salakia. The whole thing's Bar Yah, because Bar Yah really means like home or house. But when you put Saparium with it, right? Saparium means school, like it's just making it into the school. Because I believe there's not. Let me see. Let me look it up. Let me just look at the coordinates right for now, real quick. Right. That's what I thought. So Sapar means like book. So when you're trying to, because there isn't a Hebrew word that specifically means school. So when you do school, you have Baryaf, which is like home, and Sapar, because Yam just makes it plural. When you put the Yam at the end, it makes it plural. So the main word in here is Sapar, which means book. This means book. And so that's the thing when it comes to reading Hebrew and translating it to English. So it's some words that you have in English that it really isn't a word. It's not a one-on-one translation in Hebrew, but you can put words together to form that. You understand? So school wasn't really school. There's not a direct word for school, but when you put a house and a book together, that lets you know it's like class, like a school. You know what I'm saying? It's where you go to learn, right? So when you put Bayah Saparium together, it translates to school, but in a plural form. So it's like all of the brothers in the school. You understand? All right. Then you have Barak, which is blessed. All right. Let me get another marker. Hold on. see if I can get a better marker. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, Barak is blessed. Rapa'ah is healed. Magun is shield. That's most like when you see Dawadah Magun. Magun Dawadah is the shield of David. You understand? So we know Magun is shield. Then you have Hagun, which is protect. All right, and like I said, these is words, so you wouldn't worry about a preposition or a suffix on those. Then we have Bahashem, which we already know up here, which is in the prefix would be Ba and Ha. You know what I mean? And that would be in the, and then the main word or the root word would be Shem, which is name. Then you have Yahushai again, which is, you translate it one to one, it's, Jesus, if you were to translate it to it, but it's Yahushai in the Hebrew. And then you have the water, that's a word together, so that's thank. And then with the Tawada, matter of fact, as a matter of fact, with the Tawada, it's thank you with the thigh in front of it. It's like it can be used as a future tense or it can be used as slaki. Like a you, like you're speaking to someone, like you. So when you see Tawada, that's thank you. And then amen means, pretty simple. Some people say amen, but it's not really amen. You know what I'm saying? It's amen, which means so be it. All right. So then that's how you would use the prefixes in certain cases when you're translating something. We're gonna see if we can do another one. All right. Let's see if we can do another prayer and do more examples of it. We can do this one. All right. You have Barak Atah Yahweh Yashah. So like we said, Barak means bless. All right. We know that. And when you see Atah, Atah is you. All right. And Atah could be used as you in the masculine and the feminine. All right. So when you do Atah, that's the masculine and the feminine. All right. And then Yahweh, which is the Lord. Then there you go. You see Wah, which is a preposition. It's preparing you for the next word, which is Yahweh Shai, which we know is, you understand, Christ. But that would mean and. When you put Y in front of a word, it means and. Then you have the next one of the prayer. Let's put it. All right, and then you have Wa Mayaka Allah, Wa Alahayim, Matazavia. So like it. Matazavia. This will be, like you said, this one you'll see a preposition, which is why, because Mayaka Allah is a name. It's Michael, the angel. All right. So you'll have and right here, which is why, Michael. Then you have why again. Alahayim we know is power. Alahayim can be, well, Allah is power, Salakia. When you put Alahayim, we know that that's speaking on the angels. All right. And you have the preposition right here, which is why, which is and. And when you start to read the language and learn it more, you'll pretty much, like I said, you'll pretty much get where it's a preposition or if it's a suffix. You'll know the word or you'll see the word and you'll see that in front of it, and then I'll tell you, how to say it. This is going to lead up to my next class that I'll do, which is giving more of a demonstration of like a specific word and how the different ways you can write it to what it would mean. All right. Then you have Matazabiyah. And Matazabiyah means Salakia, commanding. All right. We're going to write the rest of it. Then you have alawak, which is general. This is a whole word. You have Yohana, which is Commander General Yohana's name. All right. Yeah, that's the whole translation for that. You have ha alawakim. Ha in front of the word means the. That's the preposition. And alawak means general, but when you put yam at the end, it makes it plural. All right. So this would be alawakim would be generals, generals, plural. And then ha is the preposition, which means the. All right. Nice one. All right, then you have Hasaranyam, Hakwatazayanyam, and Hakayayayam. So Saran would be the main word, which means captain. But when you put the yam at the end of it, it means captains, so it makes it plural. And once again, we have ha as the preposition. So ha being the preposition will make this the. You have Kwatazayan, which means officers, right? Officer means, but then when you put the yum at the end, it makes it plural, all right? And then ha as again, would be the preposition, and that would make it the, all right? And the same with this one. Kayayayum or kayayao would mean, which means trooper, all right? But then same thing, you put the yum at the end, it makes it plural, troopers, and then you ha is the preposition, all right? And that means the. So then you have Akwaf, which we know means sister. And also with waf, like when you want to make something plural and a feminine, you'll put waf at the end. All right. So that's why when you say akwaf, it makes it feminine, which lets you know it's talking about sisters. All right. So akwaf would be the main word. You make it plural, which is yam. It means sisters. And then you put wa at the front of it is and. And I forgot, so like right here is waha. Forgot to put the ha, so it means and the sisters. Small mistake, but it's supposed to be wa ha awakim, which y at the end, y at the beginning is and then you put ha in the beginning. It means the, so it's and the sisters. All right, and this is the Lord. We know. Same thing again with this word that we've seen before. Ba means in as a preposition. Then you have ha, which is the. Then the main word sham, which is name. That's Christ, Yahweh. The water, thank you. All right. And then Aman, which is so be it. All right. So give you a second to look over that. We're going to go to the next one. All right. We'll go to the next one. Trying to see if I want to just go to the next one or just do certain words. I'm going to do this one. We can do it without that. So you have Abba Nawa, all right? So this would be a perfect example. We know Abba means father, right? So Abba is father. So when you put Nawa at the end of a word, Nawa would mean our. It's a suffix, right? So you have your notes, you would have seen where you see Nawa as a suffix, that means our, all right? So that's a perfect example of you have Abba, which is the word, but then you say Abba Nawa, which is our father. And then if you were to say my father, like for instance, okay, let's say, give an example. If you were to say my father, it would be Abba Yah. Abba Yah would be my father because when you put Yah at the end of it, it's my. All right. So that would be an example, a different example, or of how you could have wrote that word. Let's say if you were to say his father. If you were to say his father, it would be Abba Wah. That's the masculine for his father. Same thing if you were to change it to the feminine, which is her father, it would be Abba Ha. So you will find the main word, look for the prefix or the preposition or the suffix, and that'll let you know how to translate the word. This will translate to her father. All right, but you put Abba Nawa, that's our father, because Nawa at the end of a word being the suffix means our. All right. Then you have Shabbat Shemayim, and Shabbat Shemayim, which means which are in heaven. All right. That's what that means. Shabbat Shemayim means which art in heaven. All right. Qadash, we know Qadash means hollow or holy. You understand? It can mean holy or hollow. In this case, Qadash would be hollow, which is still same thing, separate. Holy, holy means separate. So in this case, Qadash would be hollow. Uh, no, all right. So here you have Haya, which Haya means to be. It's like to be. So when you use it in this sense, it's be. All right. When using in this sense, Haya will be be. All right. Then you have Shimka. So this is a word that we have that has a suffix, which is ka. Because we know Shem, just like if it was in Bahashem, its name. So when you put a ka at the end of Shem, it will be it'll give it a so like when you put a ka at the end of the suffix, it will give it a different meaning than just name. All right. So and we know when ka is at the end, it means your, you or your. So instead of name, it would be your name or thy name. In this sense, it would be thy name. In this sense, it'll be thy name, but that's as if you're speaking to someone else, or you're speaking to the Lord. It's your name. So that's why you'll have hallowed be thy name. All right. And like I said, this thy is like you, but it's old English. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing, but it'll be your name or your name, Salakia. And then you have Yahweh, which is his name. So it'll be hallowed be thy name, which is the most highest name right here. So it's hallowed be thy name. Then you have Yahweh, which is his name. All right. Then you have right here Malakaka. And Slakia. The main so on this one you have a preposition and you have a suffix. All right. And this word is kingdom. All right. This word is kingdom. Which kingdom would mean Slakia. Kingdom will be Malak. No. Yeah, Khan. Malakwa. All right. But then when you put ka in the end of it as a suffix, it'll be your kingdom. Just like how this one will be thy name, it'll be thy. And so in this sense, it'll be thy. Let me get a better marker. For some reason the markers start working and it don't. So you have Malakwa, which is a kingdom, but then you put the ka at the end of it, and it says it is thy kingdom. All right, like your kingdom, like the Most High's kingdom. All right. Go back to the prayer. Now this one you have Daba'a, which this one has you were separated with tha, which this one has a preposition. So the main word would be ba'a, which means come. But when you add tha in the front of it, we know it's a future tense. So when you do a future tense of the word, it's like as in it will come. All right. So that's come, but you will translate it as like will come. You understand? It's as if it's a future tense. It has God in front of it, which makes it future tense. So it's like thy kingdom come, right? Then you have ratazah, ratazaka, and rataza is will. It's like your will or your desire. You understand? So when you put the ka in slack in the end of it, which is a suffix, it's as if it's your will, like the Most High's will. Right? So it'd be like your will, but in this sense, we're putting tha, like it's Old English, but it's your will, which is the Most High. We know when you see Haya, it means be. All right. Then you have Aisha, which is done. All right. You have Masha, which is done. All right, writing down the prayer. Where we at? We stopped at Aisha. All right. So you have Ba'arataza, which we know the ba will be the prefix in this or the preposition in this. All right. So ba would be a preposition, and then you have arataza, which is earth. All right. So you know when you put ba in front of something, it's in, and arataza is earth. All right. And then you have kawa, so you have Ba'arataza in earth, as is. All right. What are we on the time?
8:51.
All right, we'll probably go a little, like maybe a sentence or more. We're gonna have to close it out there. So you'll have Kawa Haya. So when you put Kawa Haya is as it is. So we know Haya is to be, but you can also use it as is. You understand? It's the same. It's like the same form, but you have to know how it's used, like the context of it. So when you put Haya with the Kawa right here, it'll be as it is. All right. Then you have Shemayim, which is heaven. The word for heaven is Shemayim. All right. So then when you put Ba in front of it, it's in heaven. All right. And Salaki, matter of fact, this word right here, I didn't go over the prefix and the preposition in this one. This one has a preposition as well. We know Shemayim is heaven, right? So then when you put Shabbat in front of it, Shah is like to pertain to, which. It could be which or pertaining to. So that's where you'll get Shah is which. It translates into which or pertain to, and that's a preposition. And then you have Ba, which is in. All right. Forgot to do that one. But that one is it too. Then you have Nathan Lanawa. All right. We translate that one. The done is give. All right. But then when you see Lanawa, like I said, Nawa at the end is R, but then La would make it like us. All right. But that would be the prefix, the suffix, Nawa, which will make it us. All right. The time. It's 8:54. I guess we'll just go ahead and close the class off right there. So we're going. It's 8:54. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and close it up. Next week we're gonna go over, or not next week, the next time I teach, we're gonna go over, how to write a word, a specific word, like the future tense, the past tense, and everything. Basically, go over the present, the past, and the future on tenses of how to write words. But it's all to help you know how to read and write in Hebrew. You understand? When you start to see the words, you can map out the core word or the main word, the root word, and then you can see the preposition or the suffix of the word that'll let you know how to say it. All right. Well, with that, we're going to pass the class off to Officer Napash Salaki.
This is ISK security announcements. We're at ISK started along West 125th Street, Hall, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes to school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to be sluggy. They are here to set themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is commandment, the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. My Ishra, that means 10 in the Hebrew, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department of teacher, priest fund. We will offer a priest not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. The next holy convocation is going to be the Feast of Purim. It's going to be on the 14th of the 15th day of the 12th month. That meaning that it's going to be the first and second day going to be Thursday, February 22nd, and Friday, February 23rd. You also can find this the book of Leviticus, not the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 through 31. Remind Aki and I'll walk in and check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be trooper to school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pant, headband, or scarf. With that, we get a work suit to the teacher. Men Israel, Amijah, Mike Sabat, Amijah, Barak, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua B'Katah. Why I just said in the Hebrew, may the Most High, in the name of Christ, bless you. Y'all at the top of your hands down. See if we have no sister online. With that, class is dismissed.